Hey YouTube, how you guys doing out there today? Hope everyone's having a good day or evening or afternoon or whatever it is, wherever you're at watching this. I'd just like to thank you guys for stopping in and checking out my YouTube channel here. Messing with Mr. Wilson. I'm out in the garage again today. Got my trusty old 400 here. Going to be doing a little bit of work on it today. If you guys didn't check out the last video, you should go check it out right now. We were playing with the clutch a little bit, and I put a new clutch cable and a new clutch perch on there. And like I said, the old cable was kind of dragging, and this clutch was really hard to pull. And now it's actually really easy to pull now. So like I said, if you didn't check out the last channel, now's a good time to go do that. But like I said, that was part one. Now part two, we are going to be putting a clutch in it. Like I said, I think because the cable was dragging, it was making the clutch a little slower to release. Therefore, I was kind of slipping a little bit more. And I think we kind of caused it to prematurely wear out. So I got a clutch that we are going to be putting in. And like I said, this is the first time that I've had this off. Looking at it, it looks like somebody's had it off once before at least. So I don't 100% know what I'm getting into in there, but I'm pretty sure that it's still just all stock clutch. Like I said, this bike is all mostly stock. So alright, so here we go. We got the clutch kit from Rocky Mountain. Ended up going with the Tusk competition clutch kit. It's just got a little heavier springs and stuff in there. Kind of wanted to have something that was a little bit more aggressive because, like I said, eventually I would like to do some engine work and stuff to it. Like I said, right now it's definitely bone stock. But like I said, later on down the road, it's definitely getting a little bit of motor work done to it. Maybe a 416 cam. A little bit of head work probably. Nothing too crazy, but something to give a little more pep in its step. So I already opened this here. Got the steels in there, and like I said, the springs are in there. But I got the fibers. I got them over here, and like I said, they've been soaking for, I don't know, I've had them in there most of the week. Like I said, I know I don't have them completely covered, but I come out every once in a while and I would rotate them. So I mean, they've been completely soaked. I mean, you can see they got oil all the way up there and everything too. But, and like I said, I don't know how much of a deal it really makes, because I've seen guys at the races smoke a clutch and tear them apart and throw a brand new clutch in right there because they don't have time to soak fibers. Throw them in there and clutch works just fine. So, and I've done it on my 450 before too. Just don't have the time to soak them, so throw them in there. They soak in the oil when they're in there. So it is what it is. But like I said, I had time, so I went ahead and soaked them in there. But like I said, we'll go ahead and get started. Like I said, I don't know what all I'm going to have to take off. I know on my 450 this brake lever gets in the way, but at least to pull the cover, it don't get in the way to do a clutch. So we'll probably just start taking the bolts out of this cover. Well, first I'm going to undo the reverse cable down here, because this is an 07, so it does have reverse. So I'll undo that cable. I'll undo the clutch cable, the oil lines, and all the case bolts, and go from there and see if I gotta do anything with this lever down here, or if it stays on the cover. So I'll go ahead and grab an 8mm and an oil drain pan, and we'll get going on this thing. Alright, so let's get this cable out of here. Like I said, normally I would wash this bike before I started tearing apart anything on the engine, but I live in Ohio, and it was about 55, almost 60 degrees the other day. And then I woke up the next morning and we had almost an inch of snow on the ground. So it's a little chilly out there now. I don't feel like getting the pressure washer out and washing this up. The bike's dirty, but the engine's not too bad. So I just took a blowgun and blew most of the dirt off. All right, as you guys can see, I got the cover off. Clutch is right there. I didn't take the reverse shift lever off, but I can tell you that it would have been a lot easier. I got it out, but you're probably not going to get it back in because of this spring. You'll have to get that spring around where it's supposed to go. So before I put it back together, I'll pull this nut right here off, and we'll put this shaft back in there before I put the cover on. Like I said, once you get the cover off, clutch is pretty easy. You just got these 5 bolts right here. I'm gonna go ahead and pull those out and get the clutch fibers and plates off of there. So okay, we got the springs out. Now it's time to get the pressure plate off. Just slides right out. Actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. Then these actually don't look too terrible, but definitely looks like you can tell they were hot. They're discolored a little bit, but it's definitely not a stock clutch, because I believe the steels on the stock clutch are smooth, that don't have these little dimples. So somebody's put a clutch in it at least once. Yeah, once you start getting back here, you can see they got hot. They're definitely slipping. So like I said, we'll go ahead and get these ones out of there and get the new one in. Alright guys, when you were putting these back in, this back here is actually a machine finish surface for your frictions to ride on. So you always start with the friction back in there, and then you alternate friction steel all the way out to the front. There you go, and then like I say, you end with the friction, and then this here is also another machined surface, so this would be like another steel. So then you put your pressure plate on. Yeah. Alright guys, I just ran those in. I snugged them up. They're definitely not tight. I really couldn't find a very good spec for these ones. So I'm just going to torque them down the same way I do my 450 and hope for the best. So I'm going to get out my good old trusty old Mac torque wrench here, and we're going to torque them down to, focus, 89 inch-pounds. There you can kind of see we're at 90 there, and that's at 89. So we're at 89 inch-pounds. I'll go ahead and get you set up here and go ahead and get it torqued. Alright guys, I want to show you something here real quick. When you look at this, this has got a little groove around here, and that's for the clutch arm that's in the cover over here. Let's see, this arm right here. It goes in there and catches on that and hooks to basically release the clutch. So if you look in down here, let's see, you can see down in there that basically there's like a half moon in that lever. So what you're going to want to do is have it sitting about like so, and when you shove it in there, it's going to bottom out on that, and then you're going to have to rotate that shaft a little bit just to kind of rotate it around there and get it in there. Just a little helpful tip for putting this cover on. And so we'll go ahead and do that here real quick. All right, so we got that on there, and like I said, we got this clutch lever in there and hooked up, so you can hear it bottoming out. So that's a plus. And like I said, I did take this lever, this shaft off of this cover and put it back in there. But like I said, if you guys are going to tear this apart, it's definitely going to be a little easier to go ahead and take this nut off down there. So we'll go ahead and we'll get these bolts back in and tightened up, and go ahead and finish her up, I guess. Alright guys, so we got that all back together. Now would be a good time to probably change the oil. I would change the filter in this, but I literally just changed the oil in it. There's probably an hour of riding time on it. But like I said, we're gonna have to go back and adjust this clutch. We got to put oil in it, and so we'll I'll go ahead and adjust the clutch, put some oil in it, fire it up, and then we will see if it's any easier or harder to pull. So to me, it definitely feels easy because of how hard it used to be, but I can't tell if it's any easier than it was before, but it should be a little stiffer. We'll go ahead and get it adjusted and we'll get back. All right, guys, so we got the clutch all adjusted up and everything now. So we'll go ahead and just do a quick measurement here and see how it turned out. There we go. All right, we got it on there, and like I said, I would say we're right around 13 is where the breakover point on the clutch is. So it's just a little bit stiffer, because I think it's not much. We were right around 12 or 13 after we put the cable and the lever on, so it's not a lot stiffer, but like I said, hopefully the clutch is in there, don't slip. That's the main thing. So we'll fire this up and see if we got it adjusted right. Don't mind the cold-blooded Honda. I think she's all good. Kind of hope that video was a little bit helpful for you guys. And like I said, I was a little cold out today, so I didn't wash it. But this weekend's supposed to be kind of nice, so maybe I'll get it out and we'll go rip it around. So anyhow, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys hit the like and the subscribe buttons. And like I said, every little bit helps me grow, and I definitely appreciate it. And also, like I said, if you guys got any ideas of what I should do to this thing, leave a comment down below. And once again, thanks again for watching. Hope you guys had a wonderful evening.